Right, good morning. Time for another little video. I've been asked by a good friend Helen, who is one of my students and also kind of does a lot of work herself, doing some training, I think some sort of personal training, some other bits and pieces. So I'll kind of maybe put a link to her when it comes up. But she's asked me to do a video for some of her sort of friends and clients as far as pre-bed yoga poses, something to hopefully help you take 5 minutes, possibly 10 maximum. Obviously, if you wanted to do more, then you could do more, but sometimes just 5 minutes of sensible breathing, focusing on the breath with a few key postures can really help just let the day go, sink into the floor, sink into the mat, into your bed, and just slow the body down. Switch from parasympathetic nervous system, that's your sympathetic, your fight and flight, into parasympathetic, your rest and digest. So this is going to help you sort of regulate your nervous system, help you begin to slow down, get ready for bed, let the breath take the mind away from those racing thoughts into just this present moment, into this mindful kind of embodiment of ourselves, and hopefully just allow us to kind of just settle in and get ready for bed, really. We'll do a few poses and then I'll have to move the camera in a minute as we go over towards the wall, so just bear that in mind. But to begin with, we'll just take a nice child's pose. Kind of two options for child pose. You could take one where you just bring the knees together and you gently allow the body to round over those thighs. The hands could come maybe behind the back. If you're doing this on the floor before you go to bed, maybe a cushion or a pillow under the feet might feel nice, just to take a little bit of that kind of pressure off that hard floor and the angle of the feet. If not, if you're doing it maybe in the bed, because all of these postures can be done in bed, then maybe you can just stay as you are. So first option would be knees close, or maybe knees wider. You can't take the hands behind yourself quite so much, but you can just rest down. So you pick your choice of those and we'll settle down for 30 seconds. Again, if you wanted to, maybe you could stay slightly longer, but just take some nice slow deep breaths. In fact, no, we'll stay for a minute. We'll do a minute in each pose. Just focus on the back of the nose. Flare the nostrils, feel a cool sensation rushing in over the nose. Try to expand the exhale. Try to lengthen it so it takes maybe 4 seconds inhaling and 4 seconds exhaling, maybe even more if you can. If you've been to my classes, you know how much breathing we do. Just one more breath after this one. Slowly bring those arms just out in front. Lift yourself up real slow. If you had your head down, it might feel a little bit lightheaded. Bring those legs round in front. And you can bring the soles of the feet together. Lie back onto the floor. Keep the feet. Again, maybe if you're on the floor, you might want a couple of cushions or something, just so you can really settle down, so you've got no real pull through the legs. You've just got a nice supported posture here. And maybe if you're in bed, it's not going to be quite so much, because maybe the bed will sink around you. And again, we'll just stay here for about a minute. So just breathe into the back of the nose. Feel each breath lengthening. Feel that cool sensation on the back of the nose. Try to really scan through the body and just see how it feels after your long day, after whatever it is you've been doing with your kind of day, week, life. It's going to affect how you're feeling. But just try to scan through the hips, through the shoulders, through the belly and the chest, and lengthen that breath all the way down. Feel the tummy pressing out against the t-shirt, or as you're lying on the back, pressing out into the floor. Just another 5 seconds. And then slowly on your next inhale, use your hands under your thighs to take some of that weight. Draw the knees in towards each other. Give them a hug up into the chest. And again, cushions and pillows might be needed here. So all we're going to do is just allow our bum to come up and just drop over, the knees drop over to the left hand side as the arms come out either side of you. Just allow those knees to sit wherever feels best. Maybe they come down further away from you, maybe you draw them up into the chest more. Again, depending on where you bring those knees, so further up will bring the twist further into the kind of upper lumbar, into the lower thoracic, the lower down will be further down the spine. Just play with what works for you. Remember, you're just trying to relax here. You're trying to, I think as they call it, say in the world of restorative yoga, be more, do less. So just be here in the pose, scan through the body, last 15 seconds. And then slowly bring those knees back up. Allow them to come over to the opposite side. Settle yourself back down into that twist. Just really nice to kind of twist the day out and neutralise that spine. You've probably been standing or sitting for long periods of time, potentially not with the greatest of postures, and maybe that a lot of that weight of the head is being drawn down, squishing all that spine together. And so it feels nice and, well, maybe not nice and compressed. So now just a bit of a twist, just allows it all to unwind. Last 10 seconds. Slowly draw those knees back in, give them a bit of a hug. And just take a minute to gently rock and roll, imagining you're a little kid, just kind of rolling around on the floor. See if you can massage your spine a little bit. Try not to actually roll down the bony bit, just either side, and then begin to make your way to a seated position. So again, in bed. So if you're doing this in bed, if you've got a headboard, you can totally take this on. Let me just shift this round so we can, so a bit like this, hopefully. So then you've got the wall and the headboard behind you. If you're doing it on the floor, then you've probably got a wall somewhere. So bring the bum, so you sit sideways to the wall, lie yourself back down. As you lie down, swing your legs up to the sky and bring them up over the head. And so we take Viparita Karani, our legs up the wall pose, and we're going to stay here just for the next 2 minutes, just to really sink in, allow all of that blood and kind of the pressure that the feet have been feeling all day just to drift and drop out. Obviously, if you find you have more time, you can always pause the video in each pose and hold it for longer. Still slowing each breath. Being very mindful of how that breath moves through our body, how the attention stays with us, how we use it to just quieten our mind. We're not forcing anything away. We're just allowing the thoughts to drift out of the central kind of column of our mind and just find some of that peace and quiet that's hanging out in the peripheries. The last 30 seconds. Slowly allow those knees to come down. Allow yourself just to roll out of that position. Find yourself back down onto your back. And just take a little Shavasana so the feet just hang out either side. Give them a bit of a shake. The hands come palm face up. And you just hang out here maybe for the next 30 seconds, allowing the body to sink down, allowing the mind to scan through every part of the body. So start with the thumbs and just try to picture each and every finger, the palms of the hands, the backs of the hands, forearms and elbows, upper arms, shoulders, the torso, so the chest, the back, the abdomen, the lower back, and the hips. By front and round the back, around the bum. Fronts of the thighs and the hamstrings at the back, the knees, front and the back. Bring the shins into your attention, the calves, the ankles, the tops of the feet. Each and every toe, starting with the big toe, second, third, fourth, fifth. Sole of the foot. And finally bring the attention up to the head, where you allow the forehead to just unwrinkle. We take some of that pressure, some of that stress out of the face. We drop our jaw, we relax the tongue. We feel 2 more nice, long, slow, deep breaths in through the back of the nose, expanding that belly, and then exhaling, dropping that belly, pressing that breath all the way back out through the nose. Setting yourself up for a nice, comfortable night's sleep. I hope you found that somewhat helpful. As I say, if you find you've got more time, hang out in each posture longer, and just really work on the breath in all of these poses. The breath, and in fact in everything, the breath is the key to yoga. You can hang out in positions and still be super tense and tight and not be breathing properly. So use the breath. Imagine and as you flare the nostrils, feel that sensation on the back of the nose. Once you've got that, then really begin to work on inflating the belly, really bringing the belly down to ground yourself, to bring your weight, your focus down more towards the earth. Anyway, hope that's been beneficial. It's a couple more minutes longer than I thought it was going to be, but I tried to make them slightly longer for you. So, all the best. Hope you sleep well. See you next time. Cheers.